and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director here at MNA, and we're going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot of information that we want to share with you, and of course we want to be respectful of your time. So the purpose of today's webinar is to give you an overview of your MNA member benefits and how you access them. If you're a new member to MNA, welcome. We're so happy to have you. If you're maybe still considering membership, that's okay too. You can check out what's available to you today. And also, if you happen to be a business member and are on the phone, we're glad to have you as well. The information won't be quite as targeted to businesses as nonprofits, but we're always here and happy to help give you a little bit more information. As I said, we have a lot to cover, so I do want to say that our intent is not that you will remember everything, write everything down, etc. We'll show you where to find a recording of this webinar so you can always reference back to that, as well as what we really hope is that you have a broad sense of what is offered and enough knowledge so that a few months down the road, if you're working on something, you might think, oh yeah, they talked about something that could help me with MNA's member benefits, and then you're reaching out to us at various other times to help get information. So we're going to go quite quickly through the information, and I just want to preface that to say you don't have to memorize it all. So as you can see, MNA was incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 750 member organizations throughout the state of Michigan. We do that through offering capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy, all three areas which you will hear more about during today's webinar. As I mentioned, my name is Sarah. I'm the Engagement Director. My picture is there in the middle, and I'm joined by my colleague Mario, who is also pictured there as well.
Hello, everyone.
Mario will be answering questions via the chat or question box in your webinar program, so feel free to use either of those resources. And also he will be sharing some more information with us later on in the presentation. As I mentioned, one of the ways that Michigan Nonprofit Association serves the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy. We do that by focusing on issues that affect the full sector, so things like tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaborations. Our colleague Joan Gustafson is our External Affairs Officer and really our guru when it comes to policy. I will show you where you can find her contact information on the website, but if you're ever interested in talking through a policy question or topic that you might be dealing with, Joan is the person to contact. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over to our MNA website. Which hopefully you've seen some of, and we're going to go through various parts of the website that will help you maximize your membership benefits. So as you can see right now, I've got the front page of our website on the screen. So the very first thing I want to encourage you to do when you come to the MNA member website, MNA website, is to click up here in the top right and click log in as a member. So if you've just signed up for membership, the people that were identified on your account as the primary and secondary contact should have received an email with login information. If they didn't, they probably should check their spam or junk folder. They often end up in there. And if not, they can reach out to us or use one of these helpful links for forgot username, forgot password, and or these short little web video snippets that will give them information on easily troubleshooting that login. But login is really important because, again, that's going to help you get access to your member benefits. So once you log in, you are taken to the member dashboard. There are a few helpful links here that I want to point out to you. First off, on the left-hand side, membership details. This is where you can edit information about your organization. So say if your organization moves, you can update the address, etc. Also at the bottom of this page is where you can add contacts. Now, MNA membership applies to your whole organization, so staff members, key board members, and even key volunteers. You can choose how you want to manage this within your organization regarding sharing your benefits with other staff members, etc. You can add new contacts here and give them permissions to actually have their own username and password for the website, or you could maybe create a general username and password and share that amongst your staff. There are different permission levels for contacts. Admin will have access to everything, including renewing their membership, and if you don't make someone an admin, they have less permission. Another, and I think if you scroll down further there, yep, if you go even further, you'll see there's an opportunity to renew your membership, and when you get closer to your renewal date, this will be available, so you can do that all right online. Another one of these links over on the top left is for MNA member discount codes. If you are trying to access any of our events or our publications and get the member rate, you will need a discount code, and you can see them all listed here. So you will come in here, check out the discount code, and then use these blue buttons to go back and continue registering for that event or buying that product. Under that, the third link here is for Edit Login Profile. This is where you can, again, change information about your own login and edit your username and password. Again, I'd put your password to something that you're going to remember that's easy for you to remember, so when you come to the site that you're all set to go and you can log in right away and it doesn't become a barrier for you. So we are going to spend most of our time over here in this membership tab, but to start off, we're going to start over here on the far right side of the website under who we are. We do have all of our staff members listed under this page with contact information. So again, if you're trying to reach out to someone at MNA, I would encourage you to reach out to someone directly via the staff page. If they're not the right person to help you, they will certainly pass your message along to someone who can. Also under that, who we are, is the menu for Get Connected. This is a really great page to visit to ensure that you are connected in the best way possible with MNA. We are on social media. You can connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, this is where you sign up for e-newsletters. I would encourage you to definitely sign up for our My Nonprofit News. This is a bi-weekly e-newsletter that goes out every other Friday morning and includes information about trends and happenings and various initiatives that MNA has got going on. You can also sign up for public policy action alerts, which are sent only when we're asking people to take action, and the Job Center email. This is where you sign up for that, which we're going to tell you about a little bit more in the future of this webinar. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mario to talk a little bit about MNA Technology Services.
Thanks, Sarah. One of the ways that MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through our technology services. The team here at MNA Tech is very knowledgeable and personable, and if you happen to be the accidental techie at your office and maybe you don't want to continue being that sole resource, or there's something related to tech that you could use some further assistance on, we'd really encourage you to consider reaching out to MNA Tech. They can assist with things like technology planning, managing your servers, and various other technology-related items. The team is extremely helpful and can even be reached through a direct hotline for those unexpected problems that spring up around the office. More details can be found under that Technology Service tab on our website here. Now back to Sarah to review our civic engagement.
Great, thanks, Mario. So as I mentioned, one of the ways that MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through civic and community engagement. We do that a couple different ways. Right now we are heavily involved with the Be Counted campaign and leading that effort among the nonprofit sector for Census 2020. It's critical that Michigan gets a fair and accurate count in 2020 because that count affects our state in both funding and representation at the national level, and does so for the next 10 years. It's predicted that for every person not counted in Michigan, we stand to lose $1,800 per year per person not counted in federal dollars, which of course, I don't have to tell you all, is hugely important to nonprofits who often rely on federal funding in some way. So check out information about our census campaign if you haven't seen the billboards or advertisements, etc. There's lots of great information out right now that can help you connect with your nonprofits in your community or constituents in your community. Another way that we serve the sector is the AmeriCorps VISTA program. VISTAs pledge a year of their life to serve nonprofits and do so in the area of capacity building, helping nonprofits grow their capacity. We host a cohort of about 30 members every year, and we'll be doing that again in our 2020-2021 program year. The host site applications for this program just went out this week, so if you're interested in learning more, certainly reach out to us and inquire about that, the AmeriCorps VISTA program. So I'm going to continue over here on the left side to research and publications. This is a lot of great information and resources that are available to you through MNA. So first at the top here is our 1920 Michigan Nonprofit Compensation and Benefit Report. So every 2 years, MNA develops this report. What we do is we ask the nonprofit sector to respond to a survey telling us everything they can about how they compensate their employees, what employees they have on, even things down to what they offer in health benefits or vacation, et cetera. Then we take all that data, crunch the numbers, and turn it back into this report. What the report gives you is 75 common positions in nonprofits that will share, what region they are in. Compensation and data is shared for 75 different positions, and it's broken down by region, subsector, and position. That means if you're looking to hire a development director and you're an arts organization in Southeast Michigan, you can see what other Southeast Michigan arts organizations are paying their development people, and it becomes a really great tool for that knowledge prior to posting a position or creating a benefits package. It's available at a discounted rate for members of $165, so you can purchase that here if you're interested. Right below that is our Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual. This is actually my favorite resource to talk about because it's just so practical. It includes lots of different information on topics like fund development, human resources, insurance, record keeping, etc. And provides just a wealth of information. The book is about 600 pages long, so you don't read it start to finish, but the table of contents and index can really help you find answers to commonly asked questions right away. It's available at a discounted rate of $75. If you get it, I'm sure you will use it. If you call me with a question, it's the very first thing that I pull off my shelf and look for the answer. So check that out for sure. We have Introduction to Working in Michigan's Nonprofit Sector. So if you're maybe not in the sector yet, but interested or know someone that is, that can be a great resource. The Salary Visualization Tool, this is actually a member-only benefit. You can access it from this link. It's a complementary tool to our compensation and benefit report, but it gives you some really great access to data and ways to filter that data that make it really relevant for your local community. I'm going to continue scrolling down. Toward the bottom here, you get some of the free publications. I want to point out MNA Links magazine. This is a quarterly publication that MNA produces and then mails. You will start seeing these as a member in your mailbox every quarter, but you can access the latest issues here on well. We also, scrolling down a little bit further, have the Nonprofit Advocacy of Michigan Primer. This is a great resource. It's really Advocacy 101 for nonprofits. If you're interested in what nonprofits can do, what they're not allowed to do in regards to advocacy, check that out. We also have a joint publication with the Office of Michigan Attorney General on helping Michigan citizens give wisely. So lots of great information on that page. Definitely spend a little time there looking at that. This link I'm not going to click on and go into right now, but the economic benefits of Michigan's nonprofit sector, this also provides a lot of data and charts and ways that you can filter that data for your local region. So it can be a really awesome resource, especially for something like meeting with an elected official who you are trying to share with them about the nonprofit sector in your community and the impact that we make. So going over again then to the public policy tab, you can see that MNA again serves the nonprofit sector by doing public policy. This page includes more information about how and what we work on in the policy realm. So you can definitely get more information there. If you are in the Southeast Michigan area, the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council holds periodic meetings, and that is something you are able to attend as well as a member of MNA. So check that out if you're interested. Oh, and then the Michigan Nonprofit Caucus is a bipartisan and bicameral group at the state level, so that means Republicans and Democrats in both the House and the Senate advocating on behalf of the nonprofit sector. So you can check out more information here about the nonprofit caucus. All right, as promised, we're going to go over here to the membership tab. We're going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to turn it over to Mario for some more information on our nonprofit job center.
Thanks, Sarah. So under the membership tab, as mentioned, you can find our nonprofit job center. This is one of our most frequently used resources for both members and non-members in the nonprofit sector here in Michigan. There are a few different ways that you can interact with the job center. One way is by browsing what opportunities are currently available by clicking on current job postings here. I like to open it into a new tab for my screen, also for your screen, just to better follow along. But as you can see here, it'll have the listing of all the most recently posted jobs with us for organizations that are external to MNA. So that's one way you can get interactive with the Job Center. Another way to get involved or interact with the Job Center is it's a great tool for nonprofit leaders who are really looking to hire some good talent here in Michigan. You just click on the submission form, which you can see here under the employer's title right there, and it opens up this new submission form where you can go ahead and fill out the job description that you're wanting to post with us. Never mind this HTML coding issue here. Normally it doesn't come up, it just looks like it's just on our screen. But normally you can just either copy and paste the information into this Word box here, finish out your contact information, click submit entry, then the next page you can go ahead and complete the transaction with a credit card payment online, and we'll receive it, and typically posts are posted within the first 24 to 48 hours of submission, not including holidays or weekends. So that's another great way to post with us. The rates are very affordable. There's a substantial discount for nonprofit members or members of MNA. For a 30-day posting, it's $75 for members versus the $125 for non-members. We certainly welcome everyone posting with their nonprofit job center, so no, we won't turn anyone away. One of the plus of being a member and posting with us is you get a logo placement for free versus the $40 upcharge that we charge non-members. So it's a great way to interact if you're interested in what's out there in the nonprofit sector through MNA, as well as wanting to post with us. Another great way you can get engaged with the Nonprofit Job Center and stay up to date is by signing up for our weekly email blast that goes out every week. Now, the best way that you can get there is either go to the Who We Are and go to the Get Connected tab, or scroll to the bottom of your page and click on Newsletter Sign Up. And this will take you over to this, I think we referred to a couple times earlier, where you just fill out your information, click which box you want to start subscribing to, and then you click on Submit after verifying that you're not a robot. One thing that I do want to preface with this is I manage the e-newsletter subscriptions for these. So just a little note to take back. If you unsubscribe for one e-newsletter, it will unsubscribe you from all of our e-newsletters. which means we have to go through a very cumbersome process of getting you opted back in and yada yada. So if you have any questions, if you sign up and you decide I no longer want to receive the Nonprofit Job Center, but I want to still get the public policy action alerts, feel free to reach out to me. My number will be available again, or you can call the main line and ask to speak with Mario, and I'm happy to assist in getting those subscriptions where you want them to be. Our email blasts reach about 6,000 subscribers each Friday morning, and our Job Center webpage gets around 18,000 page views a month. So it's a great way to market your opportunities to our online audience and certainly recruit some top talent through MNA. I will hand it back off to Sarah once again to talk a little bit more about your your MNA benefits.
Thanks, Mario. So as you can see, Mario clicked under the membership tab to nonprofit resources. And this chart here is where all of your member benefits are listed, and it's an easy way to access your benefits. So we'll go through these. At the top here is the salary visualization tool, which I already talked about a little bit. Underneath that, in the fundraising and finance support section, is a few other benefits. So GrantStation is one of your biggest member benefits, and I would definitely encourage you to check out GrantStation. GrantStation is an online grants database, so it can help you find new grant opportunities. I clicked on GrantStation from that chart. I'm going to click through one more time, and then I'll be taken to the GrantStation website. If you weren't signed into our website at this point, it would prompt you to sign in to get access to this resource. So what can you do with GrantStation? As I mentioned, you can find new grant opportunities. There is a ton of information and really great information on GrantStation's website, which you have access to. So I would encourage you to spend a little time here and check out their learning materials. But I want to show you very quickly how you would use their database. That's under Find Grantmakers. These searchable listings are the databases you have access to. I usually use the U.S. Charitable Giving database because it seems to be the most broad. Over on the left, they'll give you some search tips and tricks. On the right is where you will start with your search parameters. So I'm going to do a quick search to just show you how this works. I'm going to choose that we're looking for grants in Michigan. You can see that the results start to populate right when I make a selection. I'm going to say that we're going to be looking for arts and culture grants. Again, it refreshes the page. And I'm going to say, let's look at the type of support, and I want some general operating support. Who doesn't want general operating support? So as you can see, here's the parameters over here on the right. Michigan, Arts, Culture, and Humanity, and General Operating Support. On the left here, we have 55 results. Now you can work on your search parameters and narrow it down a little bit to make this more palatable for you. But let's just click on one of these records. So you can see, okay, Air Products Foundation, I actually don't know anything about them. So I click here. As you can see, you get information such as the areas that they fund in, the type of support they provide, geographic scope, there's Michigan that's listed, contact information, they even on this one have a primary contact person, how much they give annually, et cetera, et cetera. Just a wealth of information. So check out GrantStation, can be very cool. Also these orange buttons up here at the top, that allows you to save things that are particular to your organization. So you can share them with other people. You can kind of keep track of what, maybe make notes about a certain search that you've done, et cetera. So GrantStation, check that out today. All right, going back to MNA's website and the nonprofit resources, in addition to GrantStation, and again, GrantStation is free access for members, so you just have to log in. You don't have to do anything else to get access to that one. Foundation Directory is available. That's also an online grants database, and it is provided with a 15% discount. So if you prefer to use that resource, check that out as well. This Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits is actually a 6-part video series. They're pretty short web videos, and it's really Finance 101. It can be a great tool for onboarding new staff or maybe new board members who aren't as familiar with nonprofits. The videos were done with an improv actor and a CPA, so they're pretty interesting, actually. If you are looking for a deal on credit card processing, check out our offering with Card Connect, and they can help you there. We also offer free and discounted events. You can get to the events calendar through this link here. It's going to bring that up. You can also get to the events calendar from the front page of our website. You'll see different offerings here. If you ever see this little orange icon on an event of the person there, it means there is a member rate for that event, so check that out as well. As I mentioned, we are recording the webinar today, as we do with all our webinars, and it will be here in the recorded webinar archive. And as you can see, there's other webinars available there as well. You can click on any of those links and watch them.
You'll also get a follow-up email after today's webinar in 2 days to all attendees with a link for the YouTube video, which we would encourage you to share internally with your staff for anyone else who's curious. Sorry, Sarah.
That's okay. Yeah, great point there. So the next resource here is our diversity, inclusion, and equity assessment. This is one of a newer assessment that we've released to the field. It really can help you garner from your constituents, so primarily your staff members and your board members, how they feel your organization is doing in the areas of diversity, inclusion, and equity, and really provide a starting point for your organization to work in this space. So check that out. It's a project that I'm in charge of managing, so I'd love to talk with you more if you're interested in learning about that assessment. We do have various online learning opportunities from MindEdge. They provide a 10% discount on their courses. You can see the courses that they offer down here. They have their certificate, which is pretty much all of their courses, but then individual courses are very affordable, anywhere from like $79 to about $150. Again, a great way to share the benefits of your membership with other people in your organization would be to share with them about MindEdge. We do have a document library. You can click in here and check out the resources there. I'm not going to click on that right now. We also offer discounts with All Campus on higher education. Below that, this Principles for Good Governance and Ethical Practice is a publication from our friends at Independent Sector, which is a great national organization that offers capacity building support for nonprofits. So if you're interested in checking out their publication, you can download it here. We already talked about the management manual and links magazine, so I'm going to continue to scroll down. As you can see from this next part of our chart, we do work with some of the largest educational institutions in the state to bring you more benefits. University of Michigan Dearborn offers 20% off a tuition for any MNA members and their families. Oakland University offers a 25% discount on their nonprofit management certificate program, which is very cool as well. Michigan State Executive MBA program offers some great professional development opportunities, but also 2 annual scholarships for their executive MBA program to the tune of a 50% off of that program. So if you've ever been interested in your MBA, I would check this out at MSU. Below that, also, we work with Davenport. They offer a 20% tuition discount, and New Horizons Computer Learning Centers, which offer 10 to 20% off of their courses. Continuing down, Nonstop Wellness is a really creative approach to providing health care to your employees. It is specifically targeted at larger organizations with 50 or more people using benefits. But if you're interested in that, check out Nonstop Wellness. It's self-funded employee health care, and it can mean really great benefits for not only the employees, but also your organization. If you're looking for a solution for retirement planning for your employees, Mutual of America is a great place to start. We use them here at MNA, and they offer waived administration fees to organizations looking for retirement planning. We already talked about the Job Center and compensation and benefit report, so I'm going to continue to scroll down. I see that we're right at 3:30. We probably have about, excuse me, after I sneeze, we probably have about 6, 7 minutes of content. We're going quickly through it, but if you can stick with us, I'd encourage you to do so. If not, you know that you'll get the recording. So Constellation HR is a performance and compensation management system. It can help you streamline setting employee goals, offering opportunities. The neat thing about it is it's web-based, and employees can access it throughout the year and put their own feedback there about how they're doing toward each goal, and help you manage that. So if you're in charge of a lot of HR, this might be something you'd be interested in. We also work with verified volunteers on offering discounted background checks. The unique thing about the verified volunteers platform is that it allows background checks to be shared among community organizations by the volunteer. So if a volunteer works with the local hospital and the local school district and they both accept verified volunteers, that background check can be shared. So check that out as well. Paychex offers a 35% discount on their payroll services, as well as some really great HR support, so that's a great one to look into as well. If you don't have director and officer liability insurance, I would encourage you, all nonprofits should have that to protect the people that are acting as your directors and officers. And Lyman and Sheets is an organization that can provide you a quote on that and really help you get the proper coverage that you need. Scrolling down a little bit, we already talked about MNA Tech. We also have a partnership with N10 that offers a free year's worth of their benefits. They definitely cater to the accidental techie, offer benefits off of tech job postings, annual conference, etc. Check out either of those if you're interested. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mario, who's going to cover the last few items and close us out.
Yes, thanks, Sarah. I'm going to try to go a little quick to respect everyone's time, but I'll also try to speak very clearly for everyone. So at the bottom of your membership benefits, you can find a section called Making Connections. This is where you can find the Business Marketplace. The Business Marketplace is the online directory that we provide that connects business members of MNA as well as nonprofit members of MNA for specific services that are needed that they provide. So for example, as you can see there, things like insurance, credential check, advisors, private counsel, for auditing, Mutual of America insurance, nonprofit insurance, and paychecks. It's a great tool to utilize and use if you're a nonprofit looking to connect with some business members or consultants in the network that provide services that you're seeking. Another, on the flip side of that, another great resource that we also have is if you're looking to connect with additional nonprofits in your area or ones that have a similar scope of work, we have a nonprofit member directory, which is a listing. Now, this is a listing of all of the members that are currently with MNA, in a membership with MNA, not all of the ones in the state of Michigan. You can search either by their name, you can search by their county or what organization type they are, and you click submit, and then your results will populate this list down here after the page refreshes. So they're a great tool to collaborate with some local organizations that have similar goals. Another great feature that we have available that's exclusive to MNA is our nonprofit request for proposal distribution request. And this is a free service to our members. And what this is essentially is if you're a nonprofit member looking to find specific services that, you're not finding anything in the business marketplace, and you're looking to maybe get a little bit more narrow scope of search for your request, you go ahead and just fill out this application that's at this Begin Application button, complete it, and we'll receive it, and we will then process it and submit the information out to a list of business consultants that provide services in those key areas. It's another great feature that we have exclusive to MNA, and it's another great way to get connected with additional MNA business members. This Trusted Partners and Resource link here, I usually always open into a new tab as well. What this is, depending on your browser or what you're using, as you can see here, it'll either open up into a new tab or download as a PDF. This is something that's provided by us for you to get connected with additional services or organizations or entities that work closely in the nonprofit sector. As you can see here, it's mostly hyperlinks for their web addresses. We always encourage you to just review what's available there and see if there's anything that maybe you've been wondering about that you can get connected through that Trusted Partners and Resources list there. The next thing we have is if you have any interest as a business member, or if you have, if you know of other people that are looking to advertise or sponsor nonprofits, we have a very robust advertisement and sponsorship opportunities listing here. As you can see, we have some prices that are already issued out for the links advertisements. We have some job center opportunities, as well as with our e-newsletters. I just encourage everyone who calls in and has questions about these to review the information that's available there, to reply to the info@mnaonline.org with your request or your inquiry, and then your MNA staff person will get in contact with you about getting that going and moving that forward with that. So those are great additional resources that are available there at the bottom of your nonprofit resources. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up to the top of this page and take it back and hover the mouse over the membership tab for that drop-down menu. The second to the last thing in the drop-down menu is labeled Capacity Building Centers. We always want to encourage you to also review the information available on this page. What these are 10 additional nonprofits in our network that provide additional resources, trainings, webinars, or education for nonprofits to kind of fill those gaps that exist. A lot of them have training seminars on how to get a nonprofit started, how to fill out your tax forms. They have regular, especially around tax season, regular trainings or workshops on how to be compliant with the IRS. So I would encourage people to review what's behind the links here at the Visit Webpage button right then. Review their information, maybe submit a Contact Us form for additional resources and get the conversation going. But this is another listing that's very helpful and beneficial for nonprofits looking to cut some costs and maybe get provided some additional free or reduced cost resources. So it's another great thing for you to review as a member or potential member with us. So that's the last bit of my piece here. We want to say thank you again for being on the webinar this afternoon, and welcome to MNA. And if you are not a member, we hope that you certainly become a member with us. Please do not hesitate to reach out directly to me with any questions or any concerns or any additional MNA related inquiries. Have a great rest of your day.